Hello, I'm Paul Hand, and a very warm welcome, badminton fans, to wonderful Guangzhou, the Canton Tower, the tallest building here in China's third largest city, known as the City of Flowers, with its floral, enjoying year-round bloom. The superb geographic and climatic conditions of South China contribute to the natural beauty and rich, colourful landscape. Only a 90-minute train ride from Hong Kong. The city's got a rich heritage and it's sparing no efforts to become an international metropolis. The sky's the limit for our badminton elite athletes here at the Tiana Gymnasium, playing host to the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals until 2021. The pinnacle of the badminton season, pitting the world's very best against each other, competing for their share of badminton's biggest prize pool ever, $1.5 million US. It's the standout fixture in the BWF calendar, and it's the ultimate goal for all players on the circuit. The World Tour has whizzed around to all four corners of the globe, 25 tournaments culminating in this for the top 8 performers. It's one of those very special weeks. The annual gala dinner last night, it was all happening on Monday, the same day as the draws unfolded. Signing autographs, graffitiing the walls, women's singles defending champion PV Sindhu, Axelsen awarded for best dressed. Men's doubles world champion Mohamed Hassan savouring the moment. Great seeing all the players smiling in very relaxed mood before their battles begin. And Thompson on show. Huang Yaqiong, well, she picked up the Female Player of the Year award for the second consecutive year, the Chinese. There she is. So the top 8 qualifiers in all 5 categories will be competing for that, the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy, glinting and inspired by the Canton Tower itself. Doesn't it look stunning? So until Friday, we'll be watching 2 groups of 4 matches unfold across all 5 events on 2 courts. Following the group stages, top 2 ranked players in both groups qualify and extend their stay to the weekend for the knockout semi-finals that'll be drawn late on Friday. The group matches, well, often it's a little hazardous, isn't it, as one upset can really throw out the group balance so easily. And you'd imagine players will be giving their absolute utmost in every match to ensure their progression. Well, to open the evening session, it's an all-Indonesian mixed doubles clash from Group B. Jordan and OKTAVIANTI will be fancying their chances here, having won all 4 showdowns this year against their compatriots, FAIZAL and WIDJAJA. Who's going to come through the all-Chinese women's doubles between the world #1s and their young compatriots? Cheng Chen and Jia Yifan have won all 3 head-to-head matches this year, but lost here last year to Du Yue and Li Yinhui, though they were carrying a hand injury between them. Our third match features the other women's doubles from Group A, world #2s from Japan, Fukushima and Hirota, heavy favourites seeking a 7th consecutive win against the experienced Indonesians Polly and Rahayu. Then to round out our first day of action, both back-to-back women's singles from Group A. First, the all-China clash with the expectancy on Chen Yufei as world #2 to come through against He Bingzhou. But look at the head-to-head, she comes in trailing 1-4, does Chen in that one. And then a repeat of last year's Group A match, highly anticipated. Can defending champion PV Sindhu once more keep Yamaguchi at bay as she did back in 2018? Since then, Akane has won the last 2, both in straight games in July. First in the Indonesian Open, then in the Japan Open. We may be in for a late-night thriller there. Again, it's a very tough one to call. Well, our players are marooned backstage in the holding area. There they are, ready to explode into action. And, well, our athletes ready and poised. Praveen Jordan and Melati Deva OKTAVIANTI take on Hafiz FAIZAL and WIDJAJA as well. There's the group situation. We're attending Group B, where the world #1s are situated as well. Look at that, Zhang and Huang. in the quest for their only major title that's eluded them. They start their campaign also tonight in Group B, but they're over on court 1. They take on Watanabe and Higashino. So that's the scene, and this is the first matchup that we'll be bringing you. Jordan and Octavianti against FAIZAL and WIDJAJA in the all-Indonesian clash. So we're just waiting for our players to come on, and of course they'll enter for court 1 first. So on that basis, we have to hold on. But I'm delighted. My name's Paul Hand. I'm delighted to be working alongside Morten Frost, who took you through the morning session. Should be a cracking evening, Morten.
It should be. You know, if you love badminton, this is the place to be.
Yeah, and Morten, sadly, is only with us for the first match. He's got to get busy for his tomorrow morning session.
I've got to do my preparation for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No stone unturned with that. We know how thorough you are there.
Trying my best. Trying my best.
So our athletes are due out on court 1 first.
Yeah.
And we will be attending this mixed doubles from Group B. It's a really tight group, isn't it? What with the world #1s in there as well.
Yeah, but it's interesting as well that Praveen Jordan and Melati Octavianti, they actually beat the world #1s on a few occasions here in autumn, in the Denmark Open and the French Open, and they won both the tournaments, and they have done extremely well. It's a combination that I usually say can blow hot and cold, because it all depends on Praveen Jordan. He can play the most fantastic badminton, but the next second he's making mistakes that you ever thought he could play. So, you know, you never know where this one is going, but when he's playing well, he's playing awesomely.
Let's hope he brings his A game, eh? I mean, they really are serious dark horses for the title, aren't they? If they get it together, then, well, what an awesome team they are.
Yeah, the problem for if we are going ahead of ourselves, let's say for argument's sake, that the world champions Zheng Siwei and Huang Yachong wins the group, or let me put it this way, let's see that Praveen Jordan and Octavianti wins the group, beating Zheng Siwei and Huang Yachong, but those two pairs are going through. Chances are they need to beat them one more time to win, and that can be very, very tough.
Yeah. They alluded to that, didn't they, on their victory over Zheng and Huang prior, where they said it, you know, it was really hard work, and we had to play at the pinnacle of our game to do that. But interestingly as well, Wang and Huang, the defending champions, also from China, had a win earlier today over Chan and Go of Malaysia, didn't they? That was out on court 1.
It was on court 1, yes.
Yeah.
It was very one-sided, to be honest. The Malaysians did not really have a chance. In the second game they were sort of a bit close midway in the game, but then after that it kind of fell apart again, and the first game was just they were nowhere near. So they lost, I think, 11-15, 11-12. I can't really remember the scores. I was just looking out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it, how the defending champions there coming through so comfortably and really not feeling any pressure, seemingly. That's a really good start for them, getting their campaign.
Well. They did play well, and so did the Thailand pair. The Thailand pair, Ranakro and Tanachai, they also played really well.
Yeah. Here they come then, led out by Praveen Jordan. He is an imposing man with a very big smash.
Huge.
Yeah, you often see him, I did years ago, with an ice pack on his shoulder after matches, because he really does go lights out of that. And as you say, once he is on form, well, watch out. And of course, the young lady beside him, what a player she is, Melati Deva Octavianti, far younger, but gaining experience all the time. It's a 6th chapter, this one, between these two teams. But Morten, you'd imagine they must be practicing a lot together as well.
Every day, I should think. They're in the same setup with the PBSI, which is what the name of the Indonesian Badminton Association is.
So as we take a look at these two then, well, they've played 61 matches this year, won 42 of them, lost just 19. They're ranked off their career high ranking, understandably, with all the success in Europe, the French Open and Denmark that you alluded to, up at world number 5s right now. There's the head-to-head showing. They've won 4 of their last 5 matches. The team donning red this evening. Well, if my lip reading serves me well, I think that was Gloria Emmanuel WIDJAJA electing to serve.
I must admit that it slipped my attention, because I think it's actually important who's winning the toss, because the one who's winning should choose ends first.
You're probably right. 26 years old, isn't he, these days, Praveen Jordan?
Yes. But it's very important because there's a quite strong draft alongside the court. So it's coming from where we are sitting here behind the cameras and alongside the court. So whoever is closest to the camera is having the fast end.
Well, there they are then. Just a year younger is OKTAVIANTI to Praveen Jordan. And, well, he is, as a team, they're 3 spots off of their career high of 2 in the world. But they've won 2 from 6 finals contested this season. We talked about that European standout with the wins at in Paris and Denmark as well. 4 runners-up showing as well between them. We'll get to that later. But what of their opponents? 25-year-old Hafiz FAIZAL. Both 25 years old, these two. And of course, Indonesia's 2 promising teams, really recovering from the post-Liliana Natsir era.
That's a good way of putting it.
Tough act to follow, isn't it, that?
It is.
But these 2 were really solid throughout the year, featuring in 6 semi-finals. And, well, their only real shot was at the German Open in February, where they fell in the final to Korea's Seo and Chai. But they'll be pleased with their progress so far this year. And, well, up to world number 9s at the moment. They're, again, like their opponents, 3 spots shy of their career high of number 6 in the world in July 19. Our umpire from Sri Lanka, Rohana De Silva, and Simon Ormanfong from Hong Kong, the service judge alongside, keeping a beady eye on everything. Do a sterling job, don't they, the officials? What did you like the red courts, Morton? Would you have liked to play on them back in the day?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me, but I'm so used to the green courts that it's glaring in my eye a bit, I must say.
You'd have played with sunglasses on there. So it's a world-class field that's descended on Guangzhou for this 2019 showpiece. High-profile players in picture have fought it out over the last year. And this tournament boasting, well, one of the strongest lineups in its history. And who's going to come through this all-Indonesian clash out here? Day 1, so important to set the scene and get the group stages off on a positive note. Never easy. They'll be nervous, particularly playing their compatriots. Expectation on these guys more so, with the recent 4 consecutive wins, you'd imagine. But can these 2 upset and avenge those previous 4 losses? Mixed doubles action from
on my right,
Group B.
Praveen Jordan, Melati Divya OKTAVIANTI, Indonesia. And on my left, Hafiz FAIZAL, Gloria Emmanuel WIDJAJA, Indonesia. Gloria Emmanuel WIDJAJA to serve to Melati Divya OKTAVIANTI. Lower. Play.
Tense
Yeah,
start.
what a way to start.
Redeeming herself immediately.
1-4.
Just trying to get an insight into the mindset of these two teams, and you'd imagine the team in white might be slightly more relaxed, with the expectation more so on the higher seeds. Praveen Jordan has broken a string already. He's a burly, power-laden player. No surprises there, but just 4 points in. Camouflage today, blurring in against the background of the red court.
Yeah, so far Praveen Jordan have not had the best start in this opening game. Shots that he hasn't covered and mistakes he's made and so on. So he's not showing his game A from the beginning here. So let's see whether he can work his way into it.
Oh, well done. Starting to get into the flow now. In interview prior to this, he was sort of suggesting after that good European foray of a couple of tournament wins, he said that, you know, we think it's all about the click in the partnership. That's what's important. We've got to get the small elements right, and it's all about the team spirit and the communication and putting our egos aside and just getting on really well and getting the best out of each other.
Yeah, when you play Praveen Jordan, always expect the unexpected. We saw in the previous rally he was playing that cross-court with the backhand flat cross-court, and that was a really hard drive. And as I say, normally not a lot of players will be able to play with such pace, but he did it to perfection. So expect the unexpected.
Powerful straight smash there. Just a little warning of what's to come from Praveen Jordan, you'd imagine.
Sometimes we've seen that WIDJAJA is getting a little bit nervous when it's if it's getting close in matches, and that's something that she needs to work on and have that confidence to play when it's getting tight. So here in the early stages she looks really relaxed, she's playing her shots, but should it get close, that's normally not the case.
Out. Service over 4-7.
Couple of nervy serves from these two, but they've still got the 3-point cushion.
10-7.
They played well in Japan Open, didn't they? FAIZAL and WIDJAJA had a good win over the world #1s themselves, Zhang and Huang. They haven't really looked back after that. One of their 4 semi-final showings this year, the team with their back to us serving.
Service over 5-8. Service over 5.
Clever play here from FAIZAL. The cross-court drop shot there,
5.
nicely disguised, and of course OKTAVIANTI had to move backwards in order to defend it, and it was well spotted by FAIZAL. Well played.
Well, they've settled far quicker, haven't they, FAIZAL and WIDJAJA? Off to a flyer here to the mid-game interval with a 6-point cushion, 11 points to 5. No coaches, Morton, in this all Indonesian clash, understandably, but didn't they go off to a flyer, you know, with that 5-point run early on?
They played by far the best, FAIZAL and WIDJAJA. They played far better than the other pair in the opening part of this game. So they seem more relaxed, they have a better flow, not making sort of the same kind of mistakes. And I think the difference at the moment is that Jordan and OKTAVIANTI have to take the points away from their opponents, where a lot of the points that FAIZAL and WIDJAJA is getting are given to them.
Yeah, unforced errors.
It's unforced errors, and as I say, Praveen Jordan have not really sort of checked in yet.
Oh, that's good play. He's pretty explosive, isn't he? We've seen a lot of that over this year in particular.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot about Purwa Ranakro of Thailand.
Yeah,
kind of same style.
Yeah.
He would play a similar shot to that.
Yeah, sort of stocky pit bull-like, isn't he? Ranakro.
5. Sets over. 10, 13.
Oh, that is composed. Still seeking the pin code to his A game. But things looking up there.
Service over. 14-6.
You kind of can't help but think they do still look a little edgy, don't they? The world number 5s. But then likewise, so do their opponents. We've seen 3 generous offerings. 3 points from serve from FAIZAL and WIDJAJA. It is tense, there's no doubt about it.
16-7.
Yeah, it's keenly struck from FAIZAL. Well, the last time they took a game from Praveen Jordan and OKTAVIANTI was back in the All England Open back in March. They've lost the last 2 occasions in straight games to their opponents today in the Japan and Korea Open, respectively. But things really looking up.
As I said, expect the unexpected. Good shot from Jordan here. But it's far too little, far too late.
Yeah, it's just been the odd glimmer of magic from him so far, hasn't it? And he is pivotal.
First game is gone.
Yeah.
With all due respect to FAIZAL and WIDJAJA, I think they played well.
Nine.
Just another stern reminder of how much power he has on tap. Got what it deserved, that.
Service over, 19-9.
2 points away from the opening game then. FAIZAL and WIDJAJA here.
Service over, 16-4. Service over, 10-19.
Well, he looked a lot more animated there, Praveen Jordan, and his partner. Perhaps that'll sort of ignite them. They need something. I do sense this opening game irretrievable from this score position. As FAIZAL and WIDJAJA close in now with 10 game point opportunities.
20, game point 10.
Yeah, nicely disguised that return of serve from Jordan, but as I said, it's far too little, too late, and I think they're only waiting for the second game and then see whether they can get on to a good start. And if I was FAIZAL and WIDJAJA, I would put everything I can into the start of the second game. Everything I've got,
Yeah,
I will put into that.
that is a good start, starting their campaign in some style for Hafiz FAIZAL and Gloria WIDJAJA. The world number 9s take the opening game. 21 points to 11. They'll be delighted with that.
Code to 20 seconds. Code to 20 seconds.
Well, can the team dressed in all white at the top of your picture find a way through? They've secured the opening game. Here we are at the start of game 2. They haven't beaten Praveen Jordan and OKTAVIANTI in the last 4 attempts. Will today be their day? You called it, Mon. It's certainly a strong, aggressive start.
It is, and as I say, if I was on that side of the net, the whole discussion at the interval would be about how to get a good start, how to put everything you've got into it, and see whether you can, of course, exploit some of the weaker areas. And for as long as Praveen Jordan is, making as many mistakes as he is, just give him another opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it's a high-risk ploy, isn't it? Because he can suddenly just turn it on, but at the moment it's just been a little too hit and miss from this man. That's better.
Yeah, that's really well covered by OKTAVIANTI. Very nicely done.
But when he does get going, he is so good at activating OKTAVIANTI, as we saw there in that last point. Good composure from FAIZAL.
Yeah, the thing is, the style of play for Jordan and OKTAVIANTI is that the partnership is pushing OKTAVIANTI very far up at the front. She's very, very close to the top of the tape. And that means that Praveen Jordan has to stand further up on court and cover the mid-court areas. And if he's not doing that, he tends to lift too much and they become too defensive. For the time being, the gap between the two players is too big, and that's why they are on the defense most of the time. But when they're playing well, you will see that Jordan is moving up and standing quite far on the front, up front on the court, and that is making it very, very tricky to play when he's doing that. Because at the moment, FAIZAL and WIDJAJA have been able to exploit the situation that's just behind OKTAVIANTI.
Well explained, sir. It's been a tricky day at the office so far for Praveen Jordan. Still wrestling, grappling with himself, you sense. Brilliant. There was some nice deception in that rally. So I guess it's tricky, isn't it? Because he is obviously a very streaky, flary player, but at the moment, consistency has eluded this team as a consequence of that. And of course, the lady in your picture is yet to really fully ignite.
Yeah, but she needs the support from her partner from the back,
yeah,
in order to ignite at the front. It's very tricky to control anything at the net unless you've got the backing from the back.
Well, they are better placed right now, Jordan and OKTAVIANTI. If they can just stay with them and even accelerate away a little, then they can get to freer parts of their game, you'd hope. And she's definitely playing a more active role now, OKTAVIANTI.
I think it's interesting to watch that the pressure is obviously mounting a bit on FAIZAL and WIDJAJA. And if you notice the mistakes that's coming from the racket of WIDJAJA is many more now here in the opening part of the second game than in the whole of the first game. And I think she's sensing that she's got to play well. She's sensing that not making unforced errors, and by doing that, they're actually coming.
Yeah, yeah. It's that sort of playing not to lose, and suddenly she's stifled with fear, right?
Yes.
Well said.
So let's see. But I think it's been a very good performance from FAIZAL and WIDJAJA so far. And here we see another mistake. She's also a little bit shaky on her low serve, and you know, so as the pressure is mounting, perhaps she's starting to crack a bit.
Well, it's only the third occasion in their 6 encounters that they've gone the distance. I'm wondering whether this one might sort of follow suit.
the string gone.
Service over.
Yep.
7-8.
Onto the third racket for Praveen Jordan. Tell me about the drift, Morton. You mentioned that it was on our main camera back
Yes,
there, blowing down the court. Is that quite significant? Or
it is.
Is
it's
it
actually significant.
right? Right.
It's
Any cross drift or at all?
no, not so much cross.
7-8.
That's quite neutral.
Yeah.
Play.
But Jordan and OKTAVIANTI is playing with the drift. They're playing the fast end, which means it's quite tricky for them to lift it. Another string is gone, I think. Yeah. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's a hat-trick of rackets broken through now for Praveen Jordan, who looks a little bit hangdog as he saunters towards his kit box. It'll be a fourth racket for him, and, well,
Let's see if he's
deadlock
running
again
out.
too. Yeah, exactly. What
Who
do you reckon?
knows?
He's got 8 or so in there? 7 or 8?
I hope for him he's got more than that
I know
at
you
this
hope so,
rate.
yeah. Yeah.
Ball. Play.
And I think FAIZAL and WIDJAJA have lost the golden opportunity to really gain initiative at the start of the second game and
Service over.
completely unsettle
9-8.
their opponents. I think they lost that opportunity. Not saying that they can't win the second game, but it was a good opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Super solid from Gloria WIDJAJA there.
Service over. 9-all.
She's just trying to encroach forward so early as OKTAVIANTI.
That's a wild smash,
Yeah, that'll go down as unforced.
completely
Yeah,
unforced.
they were in the driving seat there, weren't they?
9.
Yeah, it was completely mistimed. Probably a little bit too eager.
Well done, activating OKTAVIANTI at the net again.
11-9.
This time,
Interval.
they are ahead themselves, Jordan and OKTAVIANTI, by 2 points at the turn, 11 points to 9, starting to get their game together.
We saw a very fine example of Jordan going for his straight attack and waiting for the opportunity when he's in balance to go for attack on WIDJAJA, because she has definitely got the weaker defense of the two opponents, and I think he's just waiting for his opportunity and chance as and when to play it.
Code to 20 seconds. Code to 20 seconds.
Well, there's no doubting that the pair who won the last 4 matches, the team in red, have upped their consistency and found a better level, albeit marginally. But armed with the lead now, that'll be encouraging for these two.
11-9. Play.
Oh, he's just missed that.
Service over.
A little bit of breathing room there for FAIZAL. Good communication between both teams. Nicely done, insistent and attacking out and out towards OKTAVIANTI.
11-all. Service over 12-11. Service over 12-all.
One thing I love about Gloria WIDJAJA, not only the way that she plays, but she's got a really nice sense of calm on the court, hasn't she?
She
Certainly
has.
not showing what she feels inside, maybe, but she does look particularly calm, those deep brown eyes.
See here, I think that was a sign of insecurity when she was flicking that serve. And there was extra pressure because on the previous serve, FAIZAL had missed it. He played an error. So even more pressure on WIDJAJA in that case. And I think that's why she opted to go for the flick serve. And that's too long.
Service over 13-12.
Again, they keep the marginal ascendancy, these two. It's a must-win game if they're to come through this opening Group B encounter. Oh! Nibbled away at the top of the net there, couldn't quite bobble over.
It did.
Oh, did it? Yes, it did indeed, beg your pardon.
All.
Terrific defence from Gloria WIDJAJA there, just took evasive action.
Gloria.
She can ill afford those kind of serves.
14-13.
Well, with all these teams have been through of late, particularly Jordan and OKTAVIANTI, how much have they taken from the win in Denmark and Paris?
I'm sure it must have done their confidence some good, winning those two tournaments. And of course, proving that it's possible for them to beat Zheng Siwei and Huang Yachong. They were extremely close doing it at the All England, the semi-final this year as well.
Yeah.
They were very, very close there. But they didn't win. But then winning in Denmark and in France was really good wins for them.
High-performance badminton is brutal, isn't it? Like any of these racket sports, it all hinges on a point here and a point there, and confidence can be so
Small
fickle.
little margins.
Yeah, that's why these guys train so hard to get the minimal
here we
edges.
got again, here we
Tension
got
again,
again.
right? Yeah.
Mistake on the serve.
14.
Does
And
she really
if-
believe?
Yeah, but the thing is that because FAIZAL also missed one of his services, is adding extra pressure on WIDJAJA.
It's a great return of serve from
Service over
FAIZAL.
And that shot landed right in between the two players, between OKTAVIANTI and Praveen Jordan, and that's the exact example where Praveen Jordan have to move half a step forward.
Back-to-back points then
16.
for the winners of the opening game. Eking ahead with a slender 1-point lead.
Service over 16-all. Service over 17-16.
This one yo-yoing all over the place, this second game. Who's he going to beat? Good leave. Great spatial awareness from FAIZAL.
18-16.
He's starting to look more confident now. His body language, there's a swagger to him. Oh, that was a nervous serve from OKTAVIANTI.
17-18.
Now from WIDJAJA.
From WIDJAJA, beg your pardon.
Yeah. When you consider that they are 18-17 up here in the second, having won the first, and how many errors they made on servicing in the second game, they could have been way ahead here in the second. Good serving by Jordan.
That's gone.
Call out, but we have a challenge on it.
First of the match.
Jordan challengers called out.
Well, if nothing else, it allows them a little bit of breathing room to sort of collect their thoughts. These are big moments as we head towards the sharp end of game two.
Because it's a chance, if they're not winning it, it's 19-17?
Yes, it is. And also it's almost giving WIDJAJA and FAIZAL just that opportunity to get a little more tight. We've seen quite a lot of that, haven't we? It's been a very nervous all-Indonesian clash, and it's well in according to that. Well, that was a great challenge from Praveen Jordan. And they will breathe a big sigh of relief to see that one landing. They're still in this game.
18-all.
Deadlock again. Who's going to blink first?
Play.
Oh, best rally of the match by a mile. Terrific play, both teams. Didn't they respond well, FAIZAL and WIDJAJA there? Fully aware of the moment. Big opportunity. Can they put this match to bed?
Is out.
20 match points.
This is a big surprise in my book if FAIZAL and WIDJAJA is winning.
Last win against this team was back in September 2018, the Korean Open.
Look at that, that's too short. Short of the line.
Service over. 19-20.
Second match point opportunity, but this time on the serve of OKTAVIANTI.
But she's a very, very good server.
And there it is. It's the marginal underdogs, Hafiz FAIZAL and Gloria WIDJAJA, who come through the first match in this evening session with aplomb. That is a terrific performance from them. Nerve-riddled, bound to be, in that all-Indonesian clash that they came through. In straight games, a fine win, something they haven't done since September 2018. Really well played. Upsetting the world number 5s. And that is a terrific result. 34 minutes it took them, but getting their Guangzhou campaign off to an absolute flyer. What a start for FAIZAL and WIDJAJA, coming through in straight games, 21-11, 21-19.